Well, can't get away from the rain, but
I'm the rain.
We haven't showed much, but over the last few days, Tom has actually been over here doing some work by himself. And we've got, well, he's got really the rest of this room. Put up some more pallets. This is actually the kitchen up, and you saw this last time. And he put some more stuff up somewhere. He's been out here working his ass off by himself, so more props. He finished this wall and that wall in there. We've got to finish this wall. That's right along. There's gonna be another wall right in front of that fence. This wall's a little weak, so I'm probably gonna put a piece out here to kind of support this. I don't know if I showed you before, but we put our 4x6 up there, and we put a 4x6 up here. However, we're gonna take that 4x6 down and move it that way, because I believe this, as I said in the last video, this is not gonna be covered. This is going to be, well, it's going to be covered, but it's not going to be covered by visqueen, so that'll be good. I think that's going to be this area here is going to be kind of coming out of the basement into the backyard, the little garden area, and then we're going to go into the maze, which will still have the same theme, the falling wall and the clown maze, but it'll be more of an outdoor type feel. Less expensive, and it's kind of set up that way. So, guys coming over tonight, order some pizza, we can get some stuff done. Just realized that Tom had put up his PVC bars, and he just got here to demonstrate what he's gonna do.
He's foaming from the lips.
And they break.
I'm an educated fool with money on my mind. Got my 10 in my hand and a gleam in my eye.
I got my dogs on a leash. Yeah. Watch out. No, you're not allowed outside yet. Only when some people be stepping on my turf. Gotta let my dogs loose. Alrighty.
So,
I don't know if it can see it. It should be able to. I'm not too sure.
starting putting the facade up. We get this up, we get the ghost light on. Lighting of the ceremony ghost light.
Like the whip.
You need to get some longer screws. Let's turn this off like that.
I'll go grab me some more screws. Where they at?
You don't mind it being
Alright, well I am gonna go find longer screws. Bo. Living in gangster's paradise. Or gangster's paradise. Sorry, you guys had to look at my sweaty face. My bad. To see. Really don't know the lyrics. Here you go, Dad. Got you some longer screws. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Sorry, I was making sure he didn't go like all the way through with it.
I thought you had it.
Oh.
Push out. When I'm with you, baby, I go out of my mind.
And I just can't get enough. I just can't get enough. Oh, bright lights.
Spider.
Oh, spider.
Spider, what do you mean?
And yeah, you're not in it at all. Everything you want is everything you see. The hell's going on?
Okay, so when would they have their insurance?
Somebody tell me.
Hey, Seth.
Hey,
That's about right.
some random kid just ran in my house. I'm kidding.
I'll go get Screech.
Okay,
Hi,
where
Seth.
are we going? Are we going to get the stuff
Hold it.
before I finish my beer?
Okay.
Are we going to Home Depot?
I don't have the extra money. I think Todd was
I
gonna do.
got money.
You can get a roll,
How much is a roll?
like $100.
Yeah, you get
Okay.
a roll.
All right, let's get a roll.
And
When we
then
get
that's all
the,
I'm doing.
carpool. I'm gonna get my wallet.
If you look around, you'll see the Wrath of Me. I've been here building, so there's Corona bottles and
Hidden in the
Budweiser.
That's
walls.
what is that?
A Leinenkugels.
I don't know.
It's a Wisconsin thing.
Alright.
It's a Wisconsin brewery. I used to drink it as a 17-year-old.
Wisconsin, oh, you fucking cheesehead, eh?
Alright,
Yeah,
what's-
he had his first beer. Or
Yeah,
a couple
we went
months
back.
ago.
We went back this last summer, and I'm like, wow, this is strange. I've had thousands of beers in Wisconsin, and this is my first legal one.
Mm-hmm.
Stop recording me, Seth. Pervert.
Nope.
You didn't tell me I was being recorded.
Now they're
In
gonna
the
get
bedroom,
you.
you told me, but not here.
I already took a recording of him admitting that.
Okay, we're gonna go get the stuff and then you guys are gonna work. Let's
Yeah.
roll.
Huh? Oh, what?
You don't know how to
She
work?
what?
Who were?
Yeah.
Almost saying, huh?
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna finish putting the bars up.
If you want to get the Tyler, you know where the thing's gonna go?
Thing? I always know where the thing's gonna go.
Do you know where the trail's gonna go through the woods?
No. So, somewhat, yeah.
He does.
If you want to just start, there's a rake and get your rake or a shovel or something.
Rake,
You can
shovel,
start.
Put these boys on it. Yeah,
Yep.
buddy.
Just adding another hour to my 4-hour rating. No problem.
That's fine. Hey, I figure if you continue to do it.
And that's without drinking.
Oh, you got lucky.
He You waxed. got lucky it was up here.
Let me get you a rake. Couple years. Thank you, Lauren. Got our roof. Maybe we can get a roof on today. We'll see.
I don't know if I want it. I'm just gonna buy it as 3+. I say you go up on the roof, you roll it out side to side, slide it down, and then you wrap it around and then slide it down the ropes. Instead of trying to hook it on all this jagged wood.
So
Sounds like a very smart idea.
I'm gonna go over there and I'm gonna pull it up. Okay.
You're gonna go where?
We're gonna put the roll right there on the edge of the roof and hand me this end, and I'll carefully walk in over it.
Okay.
Who else is okay with being on the roof? Okay, just me.
You mean
This guy.
Ow!
I'll stay down here with the women because I'm afraid.
Okay, you take that piece and go that way. I'm gonna make sure it don't tear on the.
that flashlight. Thank you, Kai.
Oh, I got it for you.
Yep, you did. Ty, get down. You know better. Why are you in long sleeves? It's 100 degrees outside. Just dirtying up more clothes?
Yeah.
Alright, well, been slacking a little on the video. But it's a couple days after we actually put the visqueen on. We had it up underneath the rope, but the way the rope and the angles and I don't know, we changed plans. So we took the rope down. We're still going to be using the rope in some of the bigger rooms to help support the roof, but it's going to be hooked from the pallets themselves. Right now we've got it laying on top of the haunt itself, and we'll be, you know, tightening this up. It's actually sagged a little bit from the heat. But some of these bigger rooms like this, once we get the room done, we're going to put some rope up from that corner over to here to get these to come up. Now we're going to have to poke a little bit of holes for drainage, but it is what it is. So my goal for today or this afternoon is to start wiring for some work/emergency lights and to get the security cameras in place, at least in the front part of the haunt, so we can go ahead and start running wires and doing that. We still have to put visqueen from here through to this wall right here. So it's another piece. We've got plenty left, and then we're going to be wrapping the visqueen on the outside to block off the light. All these exterior walls, there's going to be visqueen on the outside. And most likely this area will always stay open. We'll probably just bring the visqueen from the edge of the roof over. This is the egress area, so it doesn't necessarily have to be covered. This is where the actors are going to stay anyway. So, all right. Right now, I'm going to be figuring out where we're going to put the security cameras, because we're going to be utilizing that to time the scares that are requiring the Light-O-Rama system, and also to monitor the house. You know, the safety of people and security of our guests and everything. But we have 8 cameras, and one of them we've already got set up. It's pointing over the patio area, because that's where we're going to monitor people coming into the haunt before they even start walking to the front door. The first main scare, where I know we need to have a camera, as you see the entrance is here. They're going to walk down this long hallway. This dark room is going to be set with a Light-O-Rama system, so I'm going to need to be able to see where people are coming down, so I know, and to start the sequence. So we're going to put a camera pointing down this hallway to watch people when they get down to about this area. We're going to start the sequence, and it gives them enough time to get into this room before the lights go off and all this stuff happens. So that's going to be one definite. Same thing with the doll room. This is going to be a sequenced room as well, so I'm going to need a camera mounted down this hallway. Those are two definite. Here's this other one that's going over the patio, and then I have one that I'm going to have to put in a booth down here. And this one is actually going to be for guests. Out 3 years ago when we did this, we had people fill out a little comment card where they thought, this year I'm going to build a little booth that people can go in, and there's going to be a camera, and they can basically say what they liked or about the house, whatever they want to do, and make it more of a video thing instead of having people write anything down. So that takes 4 cameras. So we got to figure out where we want the other 4 cameras. The other 4 cameras are going to be really basically to capture good footage that I can possibly use for the scare video at the end, and or to maintain the safety of the guests. So that's what I'm going to be working on right now. All right, I'm pretty sure I got my plan down. So I'm just going to run through real quick and show you.
Contest where you can win $100,000. Be the 10th caller right now. You will have a shot at winning all of that
Stay.
money.
All right, so we've got one camera right there already mounted. This is going to cover the outside. This is the staging area before people go in. Probably adjust it a little bit more. It's basically pointing right down on these pallets right now. Probably kick it up a little bit and point more in this direction. When it'll come through, there is going to be no camera in this room. I'll just show you where the cameras are instead of saying where there's not a camera. There's going to be a camera facing right down on this wall, facing down this hallway. All right, and this is basically so the person inside that's operating the scares remotely, the timing of the sequences. Once they get down to about this point, they're going to kick on this sequence to this room. There's going to still be a door here, but they're going to be in this room for a good 20 seconds or so. Because I like the idea of this room a lot, I'm going to put another I'm going to put another camera in this corner up over here, facing this general direction of this room. Because we're going to have the scare come out of this corner, and the lights are going to go out, blah, blah, blah. I want to be able to catch people's reactions to that scare. So I'm going to put a camera up right here in this piece, pointing in that general direction. Alright, and that's just for benefit, just for the recording, and obviously safety, of course. We're going to go down through this hallway. At the end of this hallway, way down there, is going to be another camera. This camera down this hallway is not only to catch the scares through this long spider hallway with the jumping and everything, but to be able to time the activity is going to happen in this doll room. Alright, so that's going to get that. Then there's not going to be any camera pointing towards the doll room. There's not going to be any camera in the kitchen. I'm going to pass through all that. Going down into the basement, I'm going to install a camera on this wall, probably in this corner up here, facing this general direction to be able to catch all the activity, all the scares that happen in this room. So that's going to be a camera there, and then where else am I going to put it? Oh yeah, I'm going to put a camera right here, probably up on another piece of wood, a little higher, pointing in this general direction. This wall is going to be the wall that falls from that angle, I guess. It's the wall's backwards, and it's going to catch the action that happens in this room. And then that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 6 cameras so far. And then I'm going to put a camera probably high up in the air right here, pointing out towards the outside, to make sure that when people get scared out leaving, that I think I'm going to put it out there, getting people's reactions as they scare away. And then the 8th camera will be part of the booth that's going to be built right here. What we did. It got dark. Now tomorrow we're going to be putting up the lights for working and for emergencies during the haunt. But the roof is on. We got some cross ropes going to help support the Visqueen. We've kind of secured it to a way where it drips in certain areas, and only a real rain test will figure that out. So over the next few weeks, we've literally got, this is the 2nd, we've got 21 days left until the haunt opens. That's not a whole lot of time. And I hope I don't run into anything because I can't see. But 21 days to the haunt opens, and there's a lot of work that needs to still be done. All the fine tuning, prop building, drop panel door making, decorating, scare testing. I have a feeling that some things are going to change. Some things are going to change. So it's been a few days since I've actually sat down and edited any of this footage, so this vlog is probably going to be a long one. But give you a shot of what we've done in the daytime. I showed this last night, but we did get the visqueen over the rest of the covered part of the haunt. And from here over is going to be open when it comes to definition of under visqueen. We'll probably have some sort of roof over it, but not visqueen. Now this was actually much tighter yesterday, but the heat has made it sag. And even though we're in shade now, it's much hotter in here. The heat of this visqueen. The visqueen is too hot to even touch with baking in the sun. My job is today, while it's light out, is to install the work/emergency lighting. It's the first part of electrical that's going into the haunt. I have installed, I don't know if I showed you, but I did install the security cameras where they're going to go. And what I'm doing is, this is where the main power supply is going to come from. The main brain is going to be right inside this unit. This is where all the Lightorama controllers are going to be set from, the emergency light switching. It's all going to be right in. This window is most likely going to be open, so you're going to be able to reach in and turn it on and off, or there's going to be a controller, and there's going to be a controller in there, meaning a person operating the brain of the unit that's going to be able to control and monitor everything that goes on in the haunted house. It's starting to rain. So what I'm doing is I have a bunch of C9 and C7 sockets from Christmas. I do take, my little quirk that I do is I take all the bulbs out when I store them. This keeps the bulbs from getting broken in storage and the paint chipping. But I've got all those separated. What I'm doing is I'm taking the strands and I'm stringing them throughout the haunt. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the bulbs and I'm going to do this tonight when it gets dark in here. I'm going to put the bulbs in the rooms. Like, if I can get away with maybe 5 bulbs on this strand to light up enough light for this room, then that's all I have to put in. And some of the hallways, I'm not going to need to put every single bulb in every single socket. This will drain less power, less fire hazard. These bulbs do get kind of hot, so I don't want any bulbs touching the black, the visqueen. So with them open like that, it really customizes it. I'm running lines throughout the entire haunt. Now these lights will be used for construction purposes while we're building and decorating at night and throughout the day, because once we get these walls enclosed, it's going to get much darker in here as well. And they're going to be used in the haunt just in case something happens. Someone gets injured, if something breaks, we need to evacuate the haunt, we need some sort of emergency lighting to get everybody out. This Saturday or tomorrow, actually, we have our actors meeting, and this is we're going to basically do somewhat of a casting, an audition. Now you don't have to, since we don't have a whole lot of volunteers, we can't be too picky, but we're going to be casting and putting people in positions where we feel will best fit. And where I was going is 2 weeks from tomorrow is our safety meeting. And there's a bunch of things that over the next couple of weeks you'll be hearing me talk about safety issues. There's a lot of things that we still have to do when it comes to decorating and purchasing for costumes and props and things like that, yes. But safety is #1 concern, and well, you'll be hearing a lot from this. This is definitely one of the first steps when it comes to safety. Well, one of the first is actually planning where the emergency exits will be. But anyway, we'll put this in here. This will definitely help if we have to evacuate. If we have anybody injured, we'll have lights in here. We don't have to rely on flashlights. There is an exception to the rule. If we do lose power, that means we need to evacuate as well. And if we don't have any power, we don't have any lights. So I don't have any kind of backup system when it comes to power. So we'll be relying on flashlights when it comes to that.
Another thing that I have installed, or I'm in the process of installing, is red lights. Red lights will lead from all the exits, emergency exits. If anybody needs to be escorted out, any of our guests, and they need to find their way out, then the rule of thumb for all of our actors to tell them is just follow the red lights out. And we're gonna have a strand of red lights coming from every exit. There's an emergency exit there. There is an exit here. There's an exit here, emergency exit. And there's gonna be basically a strand of red lights that goes all the way out to the side and out to the front. Same thing goes on the other side of the haunt where the emergency exit is too. Red lights don't typically give off a lot of light, which will be good to avoid any interference with any scares in the haunt. Plus red, you know, danger, whatever you want to case, whatever you want to call it. So, well, just rushed home from baseball practice. They got canceled because of the storm, and luckily I beat the rain. Oh shit. We got a pretty nasty storm moving in. It's a little bit further, it's a little worse, a little bit more worse east of here, but none of this new section has any drain holes in it. So, and especially since we're gonna have a lot of water coming off the roof onto the Visqueen, I needed to make sure I was here for when the rain starts, and luckily I was able to make it, so I could be here to cut the drain holes. And since we did put the rope up, we have to cut new drain holes for this side as well. It rained a little bit. I got already some water gathering. So that's what I get to do right now. Alright. The rain's on its way. I'm just waiting. I get my phone to open up. Just a matter of seconds. It'll be here, and it'll be here hard, and then it'll be gone just as quick. Figure I'll take this time to, while I'm waiting for the rain to start, and take this time to show you a little paper that we got together for our volunteer meeting for tomorrow. It is our actor list, our volunteer list, but I'm going to turn on the light. We have one same thing printed up for each day, and this is a way because tomorrow we're going to be doing kind of our casting for our volunteers. So what we've got, we just have 3 sheets because we're open 3 days to the public, even though we're going to actually be running the house for 4 days, but one of them is a private event. We've got the non-acting, we got the ticket giver, we have a ticket taker, we have a babysitter because a lot of our volunteers have kids, and we're going to need someone just to, they're going to be inside here. Those that are not helping are going to be inside here just playing video games or whatever, so we'll need someone to just keep an eye on them. We've got a front, what we call front lawn, which is just a floater that will be overseeing the front yard and the exit where they're being scared to make sure people aren't just hanging out or causing problems or whatever the case may be, and then relieve the ticket taker, ticket giver if they need a break. So these 4 are basically the front non-acting positions. We have the back manager, which I'm most likely going to be. This is someone that's going to take care of any and all of the issues that come up when it comes to the house, the haunted house. I feel like I'm pretty qualified for that position because I'm really involved with all the technical end. If a light goes out, if we have a malfunction with the computer, if we have something that breaks, I can go ahead and take care of that. And then we have someone with the position of computer is going to be here, and the AC, probably the best position, most comfortable position of the haunt. And they're going to be monitoring the security, and they're going to be working closely with me to make sure everything is up and running. They're going to be monitoring a live feed as well, and the radar for the weather. And I'll be able to relieve them whenever they need a break. Also, being the back manager, kind of a floater too. If anybody needs a break, I can step in for a little bit to cover that position if it's needed while they go on a break. We have our acting positions, or the patio. This is the actor that's going to start the group from the patio and get them to the front door. They're going to walk them through the woods. Then we have one actor, preferably a child, in the dark room. We have the scare hallways, we have 10 positions open for the scare hallways. We don't need 10 people. We would probably need 4, but the more the merrier for anything behind the walls, anything behind the scenes. We have the doll room, which we need 2 actors for that, preferably children. The kitchen, we need 2 actors for that, preferably adults. The dungeon, we need 2 actors, preferably adults, at least 2, if not 3. And in the clown room, we need at least 2, if not 3 actors for that. So we basically line this up. Tomorrow we're going to start filling this in, and we're going to have a good idea of what days people can work, because we have volunteers that either come late or that can only work a few days, not the full schedule. So we're all prepared for our meeting tomorrow when it comes to that. And now it's starting to rain pretty steadily, so I'm going to get in here and start poking holes for drains. All right, so it's really loud and noisy. It's coming down. It's pouring, and you can see we definitely have spots where it's gathering. The key is we need to make sure we have enough holes to drain enough water so it doesn't build up too much, like this. This is too much. So that's a pretty decent sized hole I'm having to put in there so it drains faster than it collects. The key is to keep it going, because you get too much water in here like this and the whole haunt falls with me in it. It's a constant battle. You don't want to put too big of a hole in here. Holy Moses. Definitely had to be here for this, or we would have lost this. This room is holding up quite nicely. These little places aren't that bad. In a rain like this, we wouldn't be able to operate the haunt. Definitely not. This is the biggest challenge of any home haunt that we've ever had, is getting a good roof on there. And that will be the constant challenge. Because not only, you think, if we have enough holes in it, we can still run the haunt with it leaking. So if we have this much water puddling up in the haunt, it's flooding the haunt. And that's not doable. We can't do that. Definitely a challenge. Just having to constantly go around and make sure these holes are big enough. get clogged up with leaves or something. Doesn't look that bad from up here. It's a lot of water. You can see it's all coming right off the roof here and puddling up, and it's still raining, but it's not raining nowhere near as heavy as it was just a few minutes ago. And it adds up very quickly. It's like a big funnel, and it all has to come in one place. So it's a lot of water. It's a pretty decent sized hole we had to put in this thing. I don't even know where the hole is, right here. So it's not even in the lowest spot. But hopefully it'll be enough to keep it. That's the thing, you put a hole in one place, and by the time the weight of the water stretches it out, or the heat stretches it out, the next time it rains, the hole's not in the right spot. Because chances are what we're going to have to do is, because everything's stretched and sagged and the walls might have shifted a little bit and the weight of the water, we're going to have to pull things tight to make sure that, you know, it's not too low, you know, our guests can get through, things like that. And that is, then they're going to shift the holes that we poked, and you know, we're gonna have more holes in there.